Hey College Success, this is your week 8 video, which means after this week you are halfway done with the course. So hopefully that is giving you a little bit of motivation. I know usually this part of the semester is a bit stressful. Some of you might have some midterm exams going on, but you're getting there. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So week 8, if I go down here on my lessons page, if I click into week 8, which will be open by the time you see this, you'll see that we are continuing in chapter 3. So in terms of new material, we don't have to go over a new lecture today, but just as a reminder, in the materials folder, there are your chapter slides that you're going to have access to, as well as your week 7 video. I will leave that up and going since that is connected with chapter 3 as well. So you should be able to go back and access week 7 if you needed to refresh your memory on the chapter 3 content. So in terms of reading material for this week, just make sure you refresh your memory on, oddly enough, chapter 3 deals a lot with memory, to kind of make sure that that content is fresh in your mind. Go back into your text and reread as needed. So there are 2 assignments this week, and I'll talk about this final project step in just a minute. But there are 2 assignments this week. So if you go into your assignment area, your first one is your chapter 3 discussion. And so this says to write a brief summary of what you recall from last week's class. So that's going to pertain to week 7. So the lecture from week 7, which would have been over chapter 3. So this prompt in itself is going to necessitate you going back and refreshing your memory naturally because of the prompt. So you're going to write a brief summary. So spend a little bit of time, couple sentences, writing a summary of what you recall. And then you're going to ask at least 2 questions that require classmates to kind of dig further into the chapter or into other readings to explore the content that is covered in chapter 3. So again, a summary of what chapter 3 is about, what week 7 lesson was about, and then 2 questions, and you do not have to answer them. Just pose 2 questions that are kind of thought-provoking, that would require reflection or going back and reviewing information connected to that content area in chapter 3. So that is your chapter 3 discussion. Remember, posts are 250 words or more. I am doing word checks, so I do copy and paste into Microsoft Word to double check. Most people are right on or more. If it's a little less, I usually don't knock off any points, but if it's noticeably less, that's when I do knock off points for those discussion posts. And again, because it correlates with the face-to-face version of the class, where these discussion posts are journal prompts, and so it's same thing, 250 words. So that's your discussion. So please make sure you post your original response by Wednesday, October 21st for your week 8 attendance points, and then responded to classmates by Sunday. Your response could be, answering the questions a fellow classmate has posed, or just a reflection in general on what they posted. Your second assignment, which will be due on Sunday the 25th, is your chapter 3 quiz. So again, hopefully you're grown accustomed to this after chapters 1 and 2. You'll open it up. This is another 10-question quiz, and some of them, again, are very straightforward, like numbers 1 and 2, where you're describing different processes and strategies. Number 3 kind of sets up a little bit of a scenario for you. So as you scroll through, this is a 2-parter. Number 6, describe the method, and then what are the pros and cons. So again, just make sure you're addressing all parts of the question. For example, both 9 and 10, again, are 2-parters. Should you study alone or with others? What are the pros, cons of this approach? So make sure you're addressing all parts of the questions. And most of these only require a couple sentences, but make sure that you're going between that 2 to 5 sentence range as a response. So again, then that'll be due by Sunday, the 25th. So again, as a quick recap, this is a rather quick video this week. You are rereading or reviewing whatever you need to in terms of your chapter 3. You're going to complete the chapter 3 quiz by Sunday, and then you're going to respond to your chapter 3 post, original response by Wednesday for week 8 attendance, and then responded to classmates by Sunday. Finally, since we are halfway through the class, just about at this point, I am going to start talking about your final project. And so I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to have a separate folder of separate videos for this. So when you go to your lessons tab and you scroll I will have it opened. Right now it's hidden, but you'll see I have a folder here for final project videos. And inside this folder, you will have another access to the directions. So another place to access them. They are sprinkled throughout different weeks and in different areas, but here's another direct part of it. You're gonna see that I'm gonna have videos for steps 1 and 2, eventually for steps 3 and 4, 5, and then like a whole review. So this is where you're going to go to get information for your final project. Even though your final project is not due until week 16, I have week 8 as kind of like your suggested starting point. So I will not be collecting anything this week for your final project. Rather, it's more of a, hey, I want you to start thinking about your final project so that you can work on these particular steps. I'm going to walk you through them, and that way you can be making kind of progress toward that. All right, so that is your video for week 8. I hope everyone has a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.